Strong enough to hold off the challenge into the penalty area. Here's Mudryk. Cut back Jackson and Palmer for two. This time he scores. Cole Palmer at the double. Oh, Pickford's giving it straight to Palmer, and Palmer's chipped it over him and made it three. A first half hat-trick for Cole Palmer. Is there anything he can't do? Cucurella, first time whip was nice. Jackson brought it out the sky and put it in for four. Another brilliant Chelsea goal. Nicholas Jackson this time, just before half-time. Jackson makes it Chelsea 4, Everton 0. Here's Palmer again. Offloaded it to Madueke. There's a challenge there on Palmer. Madueke's going on, then there's a challenge on him, and that's going to be a penalty. Palmer's picked himself up, and he's buried the penalty into the bottom corner to make it 5-0 to Chelsea. And Palmer's got 4 of them. Is there a final flourish for Chelsea here? Chilwell looking to provide it. Shakes off Patterson. Oh, Pickford makes a save. Alfie Gilchrist! Well, there's a great moment to round off a fantastic evening. Alfie Gilchrist, the Cobham kid, with his first Chelsea goal.
Goals scored by Chelsea and 4 by Cole Palmer. Although the drama that happened in the game was a penalty issue, although Mauricio Pochettino came out to apologize to fans of the club, saying that, well, the other players made a schoolboy mistake, saying that they already knew Cole Palmer happens to be the penalty taker for the team. So why disturbing the former Chelsea man? Well, with that, we'll look at more on the show. My name is OLADAPO. Couldn't be welcome to Kickoff Sports Show. And this is the first half of the AM updates, where we talk everything sports, from football to tennis to NBA. Talk basketball as well. Remember, you can watch us live from anywhere across the globe. Jump on our Facebook fan page, Solutions 939 FM. Solutions 939 FM. Facebook, YouTube. Send us a message, tweet at us. Click, like, share, and follow. Remember, Nigeria Premier League of Football Match Day 30 is also going down today, starting 4 o'clock at different centers across Nigeria. The UEFA Champions League return leg of the quarterfinal round is also going down tonight, 8 o'clock in Spain and Germany. But first, let's go straight and look at updates coming from the world of tennis. 9:03 is the time. Let's go.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Rafael Nadal is in action, and that will be today at the Barcelona Open after picking games due to back and forth on his injury. Well, Rafael Nadal has confirmed that he will play this week's Barcelona Open in what will be the Spaniards' first tournament since January. His first match will be against 21-year-old Italian Flavio Cobolli today. And remember, Nadal, whose most recent ATP Tour match was in Brisbane in January, withdrew from last week's Monte Carlo Masters, saying his body was not ready for competition. Well, is this man now ready for this tournament? At his country home, Barcelona.
No. I can't give you an injury update because the list is long, and I just want to think about what can happen. I only can tell you that today I feel myself enough good to be on court tomorrow, and that for me is so important. Means a lot to me to be able to play one more time here in Barcelona, in a place that I had an amazing success and a lot of unforgettable memories. So just trying to enjoy every moment, and I am excited about being on court in a professional tournament again tomorrow, and especially here at home.
Homeboy Rafa Nadal speaking there. Remember his game against Flavio Cobolli will be going down by 3 o'clock this afternoon. But looking at games going down today at the Barcelona Open ATP 500, Diego Schwartzman will be up against Dusan Lajovic as Roberto Cabela's Biena battles Hugo Gornia. Zizeng Zhang take on Luca Van Asche as Facundo Costa take on Bona Koric, and that game is going down by 11:30. Same time, German Munar is taking on Yoshito Nishioka. Brando Nakashima will be up against Andrei Rublev by 1 o'clock. And at the same time, Thimus Markak battles Joking Shang. Daniel Maya will be up against Alexei Popyrin as Sebastian Baez will be up against Matthew Rinaldi. Arnold Maya by 4 o'clock will take on Cameron Norrie. And that game is coming up an hour after Nadal and Cobolli's game. Thimus Cheveri will take on Nick Hart. So those are the games that are going down today at the Barcelona Open. Remember, we've got the Bavarian International Tennis Championship ATP 250 also going down today at the Riyadh Open. ATP 250 also going down today. There is one live update, that is the doubles where Helio Vera is teaming up with Henry Parton against Felipe Giano and Cesar Creto. The first set just started. Talking about ladies, and let's go straight to Germany for the Stuttgart Open WTA 500. Jasmine Paolini will be in action today by 11:30 against Sarah Irani in the WTA 500 Stuttgart Open. Quang Zheng will battle Serena Christie as we have the battle between Marketa Vondrousova and Dona Vekic scheduled for 4 p.m. At 5 p.m., Elisa Mertens will take on Tatjana Maria. And the last game of today in the WTA tournament by 7 p.m., Linda Noskova will take on Jelena Ostapenko. Away from tennis fixtures this morning, let us look at Carlo Alcaraz here, who has cast doubt on his Madrid Open title defense later this month as the Spaniard nurses a right arm injury and has forced him to miss a key tune-up event for the French Open. The 20-year-old successfully defended his Indian Wells title last month and then reached the Miami Open quarterfinals before sustaining the injury in his first practice session for the Monte Carlo Masters. The two-time Grand Slam champion was unable to play in Monaco and then had to pull out of the Barcelona Open. Well, let's look at Andy Murray, where update has it that he will not go under surgery. He will not undergo surgery on the ankle injured at the Miami Open last month, but no timeline has been given for his return. The 36-year-old Scot rolled his ankle in the deciding set of his loss to Jacques Artemis Markak at the Southern Florida and withdrew from those months Monte Carlo Masters and Munich Open. Now let's talk basketball this morning. Okay, Akikumi Yola is saying good morning of Manchester City. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Let us wait and see if you can still say up Man City. All right, 9:10 is the time. Let's talk basketball.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
So whoever that is going to face Team USA in a basketball event will have to roll up their sleeves well. Maybe we have the likes of Australia that can battle USA. Team USA is finalizing the 2024 Paris Olympics men's basketball roster that includes several of the generation's iconic players, including LA Lakers, LeBron James, Warren, Steph Curry, Suns, Kevin Durant, and 76ers, Joel Embiid. Team USA Managing Director Grant Hill is keeping one roster slot open ahead of a July training camp and exhibition games in Las Vegas. US Basketball is planning to formally announce this 11-man roster that also includes Lakers forward Anthony Davis, Suns guard Devin Booker, Minnesota Timberwolves guard Anthony Edwards, Boston forward Jason Tatum, Boston guard Jrue Holiday, Miami center Bam Adebayo, and Indiana guard Tyrese Haliburton. Team USA coach Steve Kerr will be coaching Curry, his 4-time championship and 2-time MVP guard, in his first Olympic appearance. Aye, let's see what happens. But whoever that is facing Team USA, I'm saying again, in the Olympics, we'll have to sweat it out. Maybe if there are a lot of injuries or there's no understanding in the Team USA. Now, Phoenix Suns guard Grayson Allen has agreed on a 4-year, $70 million contract extension that includes a player option. His agents, Mitch Nathan, Aaron Miggs, and Steve Herman have both confirmed. The deal keeps Allen out of unrestricted free agency this summer and rewards him for career best season. With the Suns, Allen started at 73 games and averaged 13.4 points, 3.1 assists, 3.9 rebounds, and 3.5 minutes per game. Now, let's talk about the vacancy. The Detroit Pistons are looking for new leadership after finishing with the NBA's worst record for the second straight year. The Pistons announced on Monday, a day after finishing the season 14 wins to 68 losses, that it will hire a head of basketball operations who will report to team owner Tom Gores. Think about it and move on, right? So, talking about the play-in, New Orleans Pelicans will be up against the LA Lakers. Sacramento Kings are battling Golden State Warriors tomorrow. These games the first will start by 12:30. That is LA Lakers and New Orleans Pelicans. While by 3 a.m., Sacramento Kings will take on Golden State Warriors. Remember, of course, games going down on Thursday, where Miami Heat will be up against Philadelphia 76ers and Chicago Bulls battle Atlanta Hawks. We'll go on this break, and when we return, we talk football. Nigeria Premier Football League starts on our lineup this morning. Okay, Ebenezer Kende. Okay, good morning. OLADAPO, keep it up. God bless you. Up Chelsea. Up Blues. Okay, because you people scored 6 goals yesterday, you can come out and say up Blues, right? Get it. All right, remember, you can watch us live from anywhere across the globe. Jump on our Facebook fan page, Solutions 939 FM. Solutions 939 FM Facebook. YouTube channel, Solutions 939 FM. Remember to subscribe, click the like, click the share, post your comment. I will read them out. Do not move a muscle.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube with the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN. You can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying. YouTube made for you.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks, we're clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though, school is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Ibadan.
brace up for a life-changing encounter as the Fila Charismatic International presents Wato, Words and Tongues Only. Theme, Eya Asha Eya, I am that I am. Ministry with Holy Ghost and Power, Sojia Deleke, Oluwaloni Bisi, Pastor Silas Omoloyi, Dave Ugo, Obed Basi, and the host, John Olumayowa. Wato will be happening live on the 26th of April 2024 by 10 p.m. at Tafo Arena, Ijokodo, Ibadan. For more information, please call 0706-891-1859, 0706-891-1859. Word, worship, wonders under one roof with one God. Wato, an encounter with I am that I am.
Welcome back to Solutions 93.9 FM. Kiko Sports Show is live on AM updates. 9:17 is the time. Now let's talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League on the show this morning. And looking at games going down on the match day 30. Well, remember, these games had to be rescheduled today due to opportunity to make some of the players, so rest and focus. However, remember, Nigeria Premier Football League side Shooting Star Sports Club maybe getting added bonuses going into the game against Lobby Stars and all the matches remaining in the NPFL. That's like, including Lobby Stars games, like 9 games are left in the NPFL. Now, let's look at these games going down today. Akwa United will be looking to get more points when they take on Niger Tornadoes in the NPFL match day 30. Remember, for Akwa United, a team that is placed in 18th on the NPFL log, will be hoping to get positive results and be out of the relegation zone. A victory for Akwa United gives the team 34 points and will be moving to the 16th position. Most especially with the way they played the games, the past 2 games, losing against Doma United at home, losing against the Remo Stars away, and now coming back home against Niger Tornadoes that is placed the 9th on the Premier League log. Looking at other fixtures, Bayelsa United hosts Katsina United. Kano Pillars travels to play Bendel Insurance as Enugu Rangers will be up against Abia Warriors. Aimba International will take on Heartland FC of Owerri. Kobe United hosts Kwara United. Rivers United will be up against Plateau United. For Sporting Lagos, taking on Sunshine Stars of Akure is a South-West derby. And talking about Sunshine Stars, Sporting Lagos is a battle between the 13th and the 14th placed teams in the NPFL. 35 points each. It is a battle for 38 points or 36 points. Meaning, should Sporting Lagos get this victory today, the team will surely have 38 points and move to the 12th position or 11th or 10th position. Looking at the form of Sporting Lagos so far, a team that just mustered a win out of 5, losing 3 and drawing 1. For Sunshine Stars of Akure, out of 5 matches, this team from Ondo State has been able to win 2, lost 1 and drew 2. Going into this game for Sunshine Stars, should they get a point, that means this team will have 36 points and move to the 13th position. Sporting Lagos dropping below. Now moving away from the Southwest Derby going down today. Next game will be Shooting Stars versus Lobby Stars. Remember, the Oliole Warriors with their position 6th on the NPFL logo. Win today will give them 49 points and moving to the 4th position depending on the result of Remo, Eyimba, Plateau United. And, well, remember, Lobby Stars, 2nd on the log with 51 points. Should they get a win here in Ibadan, this team will have 54 points. And remember, Enugu Rangers will be in action against Abia Warriors. So depending on so many results, positions will be changed. The table will surely turn. For some teams, they won't be moving anywhere. They will just be where they are. All right. away from the Nigeria Premier Football League this morning. Talking about one man who helped, do I say, no longer Bayern Bundesliga, but Bayer Leverkusen to win the Bundesliga title. That is Victor Boniface. Sunday Olise, former Super Eagles captain, former Super Eagles manager, has come out to say that Victor Boniface can shoulder the responsibility of leading Nigeria to the AFCON glory. I thought before they were talking about Victor Osimhen. Imagine we had Victor Boniface, Victor Osimhen up front at the last tournament in Ivory Coast. But at least we still got to the final, though. All right, now the Screamers of Benin Republic will host the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying match day 4 tie at the Felix Houphouët-Boigny Stadium, Abidjan in June. Gunners side will play the game at a neutral venue after their stadia was ruled substandard. The Felix Houphouët-Boigny Stadium is a familiar ground for the Super Eagles as they played 3 games at the Ground Journey 2023 Africa Cup of Nations this year. Now let's move on the show. This morning, let's talk about the English Premier League side Chelsea with the way they got the win 6-0. But for Mauricio Pochettino, he wasn't happy, most especially with the battle and the drama of penalty taking. But for Mauricio Pochettino disappointed, but that 6-0, well, the drama already took off the shine of the 6-0. Here is Mauricio Pochettino talking after the game last night.
Yes, I think after we need to talk about the game because it was a fantastic game. But first of all, I want to tell you that to make clear that they know, the player knows, the staff know, the club know that the taker is on penalties is Cole Palmer. All that happened after is a shame. I am so upset about the situation. We were talking on the dressing room about the image that we sent to because it's Monday night, football. And I said in every single country they were watching the game and we cannot send this type of image. It's a shame. I want to apologize to football people and our fans because that is unacceptable. And the discipline is the most important thing on the team. That is a collective sport that, of course, player need to show that they, and the offensive player that, they have the hungry to score goals and everything. But I think this type of situation, I'm going to take, a decision if that happen. We were talking in a very good way because I think we need to make clear the situation, but I'm not going to accept again this type of behavior. And it's going to be very strong. I'm going to be very strong. It's unseen.
Mauricio Pochettino speaking there, but he has also come out to say that there's no punishment for any of these players, the likes of Chukwuemeka and more. I mean, all those players. But now let's move on from there. We have a Chelsea fan, Arani Yaya, saying, "Up Chelsea, yes." Adeyemo Bami watching live from Erua. Good morning to you. Oluyemi from Lalate. Good morning. All right. Now, looking at the next couple of games for Chelsea. After the 6-0 bashing of Everton, Chelsea will be moving into the semi-finals of the FA Cup where they'll be playing Manchester City. And let's look at the next couple of games for Chelsea. Chelsea, after the FA Cup semi-final, will be going to Emirates where they face Arsenal on 23rd of April. Then the following week, that weekend, they will be facing Aston Villa at the Villa Park. They've got games in May, playing Tottenham, playing West Ham, playing Nottingham Forest, playing Brighton. All right, done there. Let's move on this morning as we talk UEFA Champions League. Well, the boys tonight will be separated from the men. Luis Enrique, who's in charge of Paris Saint-Germain, has come out to say that he's convinced the club can mount a comeback against Barcelona and reach the Champions League semi-finals by taking the game from his side tonight. Remember, Barcelona triumphed 3-2 in Paris last Wednesday, ending PSG's 27-game unbeaten streak in all competitions and have home advantage in this week's quarterfinal second leg at the Olympic Stadium. Well, for Luis Enrique, he was in charge of Barcelona in 2017 when they overturned a 4-0 deficit or 4-0 defeat to the French side by beating them 6-1 in the return leg. But he is now aiming to create history on the other side of the divide. Well, talking about that game tonight, Paris Saint-Germain versus PSG. Some players out, but looking at the form of PSG, winning 3 out of 5, winning 3, drawing 1, losing 1 for Barcelona. All victories in our last 5 matches. Balde out, Christensen out, Gavi out. Same as Sergio Roberto. First, Sergio Roberto is due to yellow cards. But talking about PSG, Kimpembe out, Kozawa out, Rico also out. This game going down at the Stadio Olimpico Luis Campene Stadium. Well, wishing the teams all the best. However, talking about Borussia Dortmund versus Atletico Madrid, looking at this one, it's going to be a tough one for the German side. This game is happening in Germany. 2 games in the last 5 matches for Borussia Dortmund. 2 games lost, 3 games won. And for Atletico Madrid, 4 games won, 1 game lost. And Besson Bani ruled out of Borussia Dortmund squad due to knee injury. Hala due to injury also out. And for Atletico Madrid, they'll be missing the services of Memphis Depay, Lemar, Leno, Vitolo due to muscle. Actually standing, yellow cards and knee injury. Well, another man that a man that is questionable for tonight is Bino Gittins for Borussia Dortmund. Remember, tomorrow we'll be seeing Bayern taking on Arsenal and Manchester City against the Real Madrid. Sade Busirat, good morning to you. I don't know if you're supporting Atletico Madrid tonight or Borussia Dortmund, or if you're supporting PSG or Barcelona. 9:27 is the time to wrap up the show here, but before wrapping up the show, we're getting an update that the German FA are planning to approach Jurgen Klopp after Julian Nagelsmann became Bayern Munich's #1 target to replace Thomas Tuchel. All right, we're replacing the sports show now. Coming in, we'll be looking at headlines on the pages of Nigeria newspapers. What is happening at different sides this morning? Well, my name is OLADAPO. Going to be joining me on that other end is Victory Oye Dikachi. We'll bust down to that end. Good morning, Nigerians.
My waka today, Oluwa guide my way. Cause I dey grind just to feed my family. Oluwa buy me share. I know they find anything when no find me. Me I dey my lane. When you see blessing locate me, no be by mistake. I say no easy for you, I swear no easy for me. Shunga mora nuba, orire mokore dele. If God be for me, no be who can come against me. Now you are the cover me. Oh, you mama, oh, you mama, oh, plenty money, oh, no, Alafia, now you are the cover me. Come out house and I go hustle. I thank God say I come back home. Some people no reach house. No be say na me pray pass, no be say na me do pass. Now God say make I jump pass. I say no easy for you, I swear no easy for me. Shuba mora nuba, orire mokore dele. Now I know they worry, billionaire no be all your money. Now you are the cover me. Plenty money, oh, no, Alafia, now you are the cover me. If I do mistake, my brother, you can no change down for me. Myself, I be human being, myself need support. She because I know talk, I I the reason many things. Me said, baby, you might be no. Me said, me some love.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Time is 31 minutes gone past the hour of 9. It is about time we look through the front pages of our Nigerian newspapers, get a perspective on the trending stories with analysis and feedback from you as well. Welcome to From the Dailies. My name is Victory Onyedikachi. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Victory. And I'm seeing good news on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. So we say good news. It's a good news Tuesday.
Indeed.
Yeah, nothing like kidnapping, nothing like Naira going for 1,005 per dollar. And we hope that with this 1,000 Naira to dollar, and not 1,005 to a dollar, I hope that price of product will go down, but I am not sure.
I mean, there's news over town that the bag of rice, the price for a bag of rice is reduced from 85,000 to about 50-something thousand. I haven't gone to the market to verify that,
okay,
but I'm seeing some reports on social media in that regard.
We need to do a market survey. I like that, so we know if it is around 50,000 naira. Maybe we'll have to rush down to the market. And by the way, when I went out yesterday, I saw long queues at different filling stations, most especially around that Orita Mefa axis. And the reports we got, well, that petrol was going for 400 naira per litre in Lagos. The reason some filling stations were closing their filling stations yesterday, and people just had to quickly, buy fuel. But let us just get more information concerning that. It's like Dangote is coming with a difference in the petroleum industry.
I mean, it's in the report that fuel subsidy is back, according to RFI. So, I mean,
is that revising the government?
We've been hearing about fuel subsidy still, on even after the announcement. So I'm sure RFI has a detailed backup fact.
He was called to work with Tinubu. Tinubu even begged him to work with him, but it's not in Tinubu's cabinet. So I don't think he has a proper information.
Well, I guess he's entitled to his opinion.
His opinion. All right, I've got the Punch and the Nation newspaper is here. You've got the Vanguard and the Tribune, right? Remember, we're live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Let's go.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
All right, this morning we start off with the Nigerian Tribune paper. On business, inflation rate hits 33.20% despite Naira rebound. UI professor to receive £900,000 British Academy Global Award. Congratulations to him. Fuel subsidy is back, RFI says. APC controversy in Kanu over Ganduje's suspension. Ward, ESCO, state chapter in counter moves as ward leaders disown suspension. Nigeria grows oil reserve to 37.50 billion barrels. Uni-Lauren professor produces biodiesel from eggshells. Tinubu not serious with Chibok girls rescue. Clark. Oromoni died as a natural... No, take that again. Oromoni died of natural causes. Corona is speaking in that regard. I mean, after 2 years, we
That's
finally
Corona
saw...
report.
Yes, we saw a verdict of that young boy who died in a boarding school. Oyo government receives Olakule nomination as 33rd Olubadan. Police parade 21 suspects as army vows to prevent reoccurrence. How government rescued over 1,000 abductees without ransom, NSA. These are the stories on the front page of the Tribune paper.
Now, punching down headlines from the Punch newspaper this morning with the cap headlines here. States police law amendment may take 2 years. And this one says Naira nears 1,000 per dollar at parallel market. Dangote, modular refineries to pay Naira for crude. And the pocket headline from the Punch newspaper. Nigeria's FDI fell by $19 billion in 10 years. Edo. Now, looking at the banner headline this morning coming from the Punch newspaper. Vandalism worsens grid collapse as gas shortage slashes power supply. Riders to this headline. TCN discos blame gas shortage. Vandalism for frequent collapses. Firms beg customers. TCN plans fresh investments in power infrastructure as grid collapses 6th time in 2024. So, sometimes you tell some people, so right now we are begging you. Don't worry, when you people come back to beg us, we will not listen. But here, vandalism, who are those behind the destruction? What's the security measures put in place to make sure that we don't have continuous vandalism, talking about the power grid that leads to collapse? And, maybe they still have to. I feel there should have been one step to be taken before saying that you are dropping some people from one grade to another. From one band to another. I guess the government should have looked at, let's make sure that the power grid is not collapsing. We have consistent power supply. Then we can say, okay, we are increasing the tariff for those on band A, band B, band C. For some people, they don't even know the band they are in. You can see the front page picture from the U.S. this morning on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Former U.S. President Donald Trump joined his trial over alleged cover-up of payments linked to extramarital affairs at a Manhattan Criminal Court in New York. And these other headlines: Yoruba Nation lecturer defends participation, please parade 21. Testimony backlash. Dunamis apologizes as Abuja testifier meets NHA wife. I saw your tweet saying that the apologies coming from Dunamis doesn't look like an apology. Oromori Fana kicks as a corona blames parent doctor for teenager's death. You can get a copy of Punch to get more.
All right, let's now move over to the Vanguard newspaper. E-payment transactions rise 89% to 257.7 trillion naira in first quarter of 2024, while electricity power system collapsed 4 times in 2024. I think that's a report. Kwama Army locks power to deny Boroveri journalists access. Delta stakeholders. Falana speaking in that regard. FG still subsidizing petrol in trillions of naira. Ex-governor Arafai is making that statement. More pressures on pockets as in food inflation rises to 40%. More pressures on pockets as food inflation rises to 40%. High electricity tariff to drive for the rise. That is coming from an analyst. It is bad for business. Nasima is speaking in that regard. Back home, Oyo invasion, Yoruba Nation sponsors promise to end my hunger. Female suspects. Chibok, 1,680 more Nigerian school children abducted in 10 years. UNICEF. Nigeria grows oil reserves to 37.5 billion barrels. Illegal traffic enforcement. Miscreants take over Lagos roads. I've been seeing a lot of reports and kidnaps. So many stories on Twitter of recent. Western nation urge restraint as Israel war cabinet meets second time in less than 24 hours. These are the stories on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper.
Now to the Nation newspaper this morning as we look at the crisis in APC and look at what is happening in Ibadan. Now this one says APC suspends Ganduje's World Exco for 6 months. How to stem inflation by export. Rate rises to 33.20%. Tinubu writes on Chibok girls, says kidnapping must end. Corona blames Oromonin's death on parental neglect. Although, remember, the father of the late boy has also reacted. The red and white headline from the Nation newspaper. Trump's criminal trial begins in New York. Israel-Iran war looms. Looking at the banner headline this morning, screaming, Ibadan attack. Please launch manhunt for Abiola's widow. And you can see the riders, other backers of violent agitators on security radar. Suspect to be charged with treason, terrorism. You can see the front page picture from the Punch newspaper when the Oyo State Police Command paraded the arrested agitators yesterday. And crude oil reserves hit 37.50 billion barrels. Another power grid collapse paralyzes businesses, other activities. Mr. Minister, tell us more. We are not switching on our freezers now or ACs now. Yes, we have apologized, but that also did not sound as apologies. 30 held for illegal mining. NDLEA arrested 50,901 drug suspects in 3 years. I take that headline again. NDLEA arrested 50,901 drug suspects in 3 years. This and more you can get from the Nation newspaper this morning as we join our analyst, Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokwe, looking at some of these headlines this morning, looking at power sector, looking at the state of security this morning, and talking politics and more. You took a particular headline from the Yoruba Nation agitators, one saying that she was promised of what?
The female suspect. She was promised that hunger will cease.
So are we saying that most people use hunger to, brainwash people to go against the law?
I mean, the economy right now is not friendly to a lot of Nigerians. I listened to Body George's statement yesterday, and he reiterated that parents should warn their children not to become agents that would perpetrate anarchy in the nation. So when you have cases like this and people are promised, just like election, people want to vote for their choice candidate and they go to the polls and they are being offered money. It manipulates their choice into voting for someone else. It's just the same thing that is happening now. We have Comrade Deji joining us this morning. Good morning to you, Comrade. We're glad that you are with us.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay.
Well, so we start off this morning with what is currently happening in our dear city or dear state. You spoke about this yesterday, and we listened to Abiola's widow when she was making such bold statement, and the last I checked, it's a treasonable felony by law, and the police is already planning a manhunt. We're also getting reports about female suspects, of course, not just to Abiola's wife, everyone who was involved in the agitations. We saw a report this morning of a woman who said she was promised that hunger will cease in her family, hence the need to participate in such an agitation. With everything so far, I read on Twitter this morning, someone called it a big joke. Is that what you consider this agitation to be?
Well, you see, they branded it Yoruba Nation, and that should give each and every one that carries the identity of the Yoruba. You will recall that between 1993 and 1999, Nigeria was virtually shut down by the June 12 agitation. No single shot was fired by the agitators. Not one single shot was fired by the agitators. Yet, at the end of the day, the Nigerian nation said, look, give it to the Yoruba people as a result of all the Wahala since 1993. So, what is at stake now? What is at stake now? That they will now declare whatever they call it, Yoruba, Oduduwa nation, and all of that. Let me make it categorically clear. The war uniform, military fatigue, branded Odudua Nation or Yoruba Nation, and also so many insignia. And they hoisted a flag. That is high treason. High treason. And, I read the interview, listened to the interview of some of those people, the guy that drove them from Idiroko, that they have been meeting virtually with some of these people, even in diaspora, that they have promised them life will be more abundant. Some people are talking to you virtually, and they are promising you life more abundant. And then you go and carry arms against a instituted, properly constituted authority. Look, it is treason, except that they are not going to. Anyway, did you hear the Commissioner for Information of your state? He said it was an act of terror. Anything could have happened. And my dear comrade Victory, you also saw the Commissioner, the SA Security. He said that they got credible information and they acted on it. That was why they were able, that was why they were able to move in swiftly. They could have booby-trapped that building, They could have, if they had the time, if they didn't swoop in on them quickly, they could have booby-trapped the building and start making broadcasts from the place. Anything could have happened. Thank God the thing did not fall. Thank God the thing did not snowball.
So it would have looked as, or come off as a coup, assuming that went through.
It's a coup. You are in military fatigue. You are wearing branded uniform, Odudua Nation or something like that, and you go and see, because Ibadan is not just the political, the intellectual and cultural capital of Yoruba land, and you go and attack the symbol of authority. That is the state secretariat that has been in use since the days of Western region. You understand? So it is symbolic that they attacked that place. And they came in through the parliament end. And you know what parliament symbolizes in government. You understand? Parliament is actually the backbone of government. Because even when they appropriate money, they still oversight how it is spent. So I am sure appropriate steps will be taken against them. And did you notice any positive reaction towards them? Any expression, any outward expression of agreement or positive outlook towards their action? No, Yoruba people are not like that. All the actions of Professor Banji Akintoye, he went to the United Nations to understand. They are not taking all these reckless actions. No, they went to the United Nations. They are doing things properly, at least legally. So all that action is criminal. It is a coup, and it is high treason. They will pay for it.
Okay. Let's move on and talk about power. Look at the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. Vandalism worsens a grid collapse as gas shortage slashes power supply. And if you look at the rider, it says TCN Discos blame gas shortage, vandalism for frequent collapses, firms beg customers. Remember, they did not beg customers when they increased the tariff. No customer was informed, and before downgrading, upgrading, and the likes. But I also feel like maybe a cart was put before the horse. Before you say that you want to increase the tariff, why don't you look at the power grid, how it won't collapse before announcing increase in tariff?
The money is enticing. They must have calculated how many billions they were going to make. Look, they must have calculated how many billions they were going to make. Let me give you an instance. You were talking about Oshogbo and Ibadan with the mom.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Oshogbo, even up to some parts of Ogbomoso, they get virtually 24 hours power supply. it has been like that, like forever. And I mean forever. Even it spills to some towns outside of Osogbo, because that's why we have the national step down. Let us ask if they are on band A. We should ask who. If the poor people, if the poor people of Osogbo are on band A, we should ask, we should investigate. I think it is Ibadan electricity that is in charge, Ibadan Disco that is in charge of that. We should ask if they're going to put the poor people of Osogbo on band A, and many of them without meter. If I'm with meter now, if you put me on band A, today I will just take 10 hours and cut off supply to myself, Abi. You know, I can regulate. During a cool weather like this, maybe you don't need, in Nigeria, you don't need more than 10, 12 hours of electricity to chill and continuously chill your, food and whatever you have in storage. But are they going to put the poor people of Osogbo on band A without meter? And then you first force them to pay? So, they put the cart before the horse. There must be metering. It is fraud. A lawyer keeps telling me that it is an act of fraud. And he keeps repeating it that they are limited liability companies that can be sued. That is why they are begging. Begging is not part of the contract. You cannot beg. How can you sign a contract and you turn around and start begging for failure to execute? Is begging part of contract? Begging is not part of contract. I execute my own side of the deal. You execute yours. That is a contract. This thing is contractual. You say I'm on band, I will supply you 24 hours. Then you don't supply me. Then you are begging me. Begging me for what? Begging me that I should pay? Begging me that I should pay for power that I did not get? What is the begging about? They should tell us why. If I don't get, I don't pay. But no, that is not the situation. Some people will be compelled to pay. And you are begging. I don't understand this begging thing. I don't understand it at all. I don't understand it.
I mean, the way you're starting begging, the way Kings the Promise begging, it's no good, though. But I mean, talking about the security, what do you think should be done? Talking about the security around the power grid. Okay, you're saying there's vandalism. Remember, talking about the pipeline vandalism as well. Yes, it will be easier for the federal government and the NSA and the likes to say, okay, we need to secure Nigeria's oil and the likes, but nobody's talking about the security of the grid. Nobody's talking about how secure it should be.
We are operating like we are in the Stone Age. You go and give security of pipelines to Ghanaian Adams, the ones in Western. What capacity do they have? Physical patrol? Are they going to be physically patrolling 24/7 all the pipelines that pass through Western Nigeria? It does not make sense. Electronic surveillance, for God's sake. The world has gone beyond all of that. And if there are sensors on these things, you understand, this stand, cable this, cable that, there are sensors. If you feel anything, the sensor will trigger, you understand? The sensor will trigger some things. And then you just zoom in on that location. You know where it is happening. You electronically zoom in. For God's sake, you zoom in on the place. And there are choppers, you understand? You have 1 or 2 choppers available. In 10-15 minutes, they are there. You understand? Maybe it is NSCDC that is, that is to secure national assets and all of that. But no, we are talking about securing pipelines. Let me tell you what happened. Those who are supposed to oversight, they used to call them DPR, Department of Petroleum Resources. They are supposed to, they now call them downstream. They call them downstream petroleum resources, something now. Now, you are supposed to oversight the operators of the industry. And it is the operators of the industry that provide you with chopper to come to their location, that provide you with accommodation, that feed you. And those are the people you are supposed to supervise. How can I come and invigilate you and supervise you, and I provide you with everything? You are compromised now. You are compromised. Look, some of these things that we do, I just think even our inaction, our failures to act appropriately is sabotage, and it is internally generated sabotage. Look at the honorable minister of power now. Look, he's not the first one. They're just setting the man up. They set even Bolaji in all his glory as a leader. They set the man up.
So
who has been to minister of power that they did not set up?
So, comrade, like you're saying now that OLADAPO is being set up right now.
He's not the first one now.
Okay.
He's not the first one.
So,
how does he know? Did he try to call people independently? Those who have worked and retired did he set his own up his own personal team? Out of the people, special assistants, specialists that are working with it, does he have his own team that if the director of infrastructure says this or of teaching says this, you will cross-check with your own personal team? That is the way to do things. You must have your own kitchen cabinet. It is not what bureaucrats are telling you that you will believe. No, that is not good.
Okay.
Is it consecutive?
Comrade, I mean, I understand your grievance right now. I understand how you're feeling, but we just have to, hang it here and continue with this conversation tomorrow, because I know you don't even have lights in your house right now. I know you don't have lights.
You don't. Imagine.
All right, thank you very much, Comrade Ayode Jajishokwe, for your,
God bless you.
Contribution this morning.
God bless you. God bless our union.
All right. God bless Nigeria. Bye. All right. We just have to leave the show this morning and be back tomorrow morning by 9 o'clock. We kick off Sports Show. AM Update starts. And from the dailies on the other side. Coming up next, Easy Wider with Great Babs. Remember, let us treat Nigeria as our own, just like a baby. My name is OLADAPO Okunubi.
My name is Victory Onyedikachi. Good morning to you.